to my YouTube page. Today, we are going to jump into the conversation about creating seamless color and extensions and how to create that, what goes into that. For us, it all starts with options. If you've ever noticed someone with extensions and they have one flat color, and I'm gonna give you an example here. So if you saw someone with hair extensions that looks like Barbie, one color all over the head, it becomes very flat and undimensional, creating a look that looks like extensions. So we're gonna talk about how to create custom colors, how many custom colors should go into your hair to create natural, lived-in, beautiful extensions. So how many colors should go into an extension install? We use hand-tied hair, and the best part of that is that we can add 4 to 5 different colors to create that custom seamless blend that matches natural, beautiful hair. So where we want to see depth, we can add darker pieces, or where you naturally would see depth, that's where we want to add the darker pieces. Where you want to see pops, you're going to add lighter pieces. Now, if we just use one color, unrooted, right, it's going to be very noticeable in my hair, especially when we start to section it out. So we always custom root our extensions so that they have a root compared to being just solid one color. Now, as you can see with this bunch of hair, you can see that this hair has tons of dimension already added into it. So it's got some lows and it's got some highs, and you can see how when that happens, it's creating dimensional color. You can also see that it's got warmth and it's got some coolness in there with that blonde. So we want to create different varieties of 1, warmth, 2, coolness. We also want to add depth, which is deeper colors or darker colors, like where you would naturally see deeper, darker colors. And then we also want to add pops of brightness where you would want to see the pops around the face. So for example, we're gonna start with, this is a warmer rooted blonde, and I'm gonna just start layering these so you guys can really see what truly happens when you start to stack them. Now, if we wanna see depth somewhere like underneath, I'm gonna add a piece that's a little bit darker to create that natural depth in there. So if you looked under here, you're gonna see that that would give me that same contrast where I naturally am a little bit darker. And then we're gonna sandwich in a blonde so that you can see what that dimension would look like. So 4 to 5 different colors that we're gonna begin with. Here's our lightest. We're gonna sandwich in the darker piece. And then I'm gonna top it with the warmer blonde. And as we do that, I like to put some air in it so you could see what it would truly look like on the head. So now when we look at this color, it looks more blendable and more natural, and it could blend into the hair, opposed to if I just took one solid color and put it on my head, right? So we want to create a ton of dimension when we're doing installs. And I like to show clients this as well, because this is what we're trying to create, is natural, lived-in, beautiful color. And a lot of times clients can be very scared of that dark piece. But naturally in our hair, especially through the back and underneath, that's where the sun doesn't normally hit. So we want to show some depth there so that it looks like your natural hair, and as it grows out, it will blend seamlessly. I love adding warmth to the extensions, and I know most people are terrified when we say the word warmth, but I challenge you guys to accept it. Naturally, our hair starts to fade out warm. As our toners start to wash out, as our color starts to fade, there's environmental factors that take place into this, you know, where we're swimming or we're in the sun more, which will fade out color. So if you don't have a warm color in there and you're only working with cool colors, as your natural hair starts to fade out with those toners and the colors in it, it's going to naturally go warmer. And as much as we like to say that we don't want any warmth, that's the natural part of where our hair fades to. So our underlying pigment is naturally warmer. So as the color fades out, we will see that. So it's really important to add that warmth in there, because as your hair fades out, you want it to not fade, and you don't want it to fade and not match the extension. So that's really, really important. As your natural hair fades out, you want the extensions to still blend. How many times have you seen someone walking around with extensions and their natural hair is warmer and then this is like bright, cool blonde? And it's gonna give you a line of demarcation. So it's really important when you guys are using extensions to really play with multiple dimension and adding that in. Once we install these base colors, we further customize them, whether we're toning some pieces in here, maybe we tone this section to be cooler and we use this as a base too. So you're mixing in multiple colors. By the time we're done with an install and customizing the color, there should be about 7 different variants inside the hair because that's what our natural hair would mimic. So I hope this gives you a better understanding of what the blending and customizing the extensions looks like so that you can see how much variables go into it so that we can create custom color that looks natural, doesn't look like extensions, and has a longevity to fade out so that you can go 12 weeks with beautiful hair. All right, stay tuned and subscribe. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for more updates about hair extension, client care tips, business tips, and so much more.